Folks, now to the co-main event of Caged Aggression 18. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Making his way to the octagon first is Cliff Goblin Wright. 5'11", 155 pounds, fighting out of Belle Plaine, Iowa. And Hard Drive MMA, sponsored by Bushwood Bar and Grill, Woody's Show Club, Knock or Lock 'em Surfwear. Enters the octagon tonight with 10 wins and 10 losses. Now heading to the Caged Aggression octagon is Austin Thud Hubbard, 5'10", 155 pounds, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, and Team Elevation, sponsored by Be Free Chiropractic, Hubbard & Sons, Construction, Smeltzer Insurance, Muscle Farm, Caring Hearts Home Health Care. He enters the octagon tonight with 4 wins and 1 loss as a professional. Now, we've seen Austin Hubbard several times. I feel like he's one of those guys that I sort of watched grow up in the octagon with Caged Aggression and has always returned here for his fights. So just to see him develop as a fighter the way he has and go all the way out to Colorado, start training with some of the best in the world, I'm really, really excited to see what he's going to bring into the cage tonight.
Yeah, he cruised through his amateur stint here in mixed martial arts, pretty much dominant the whole way through, kind of like his professional career. He got a chance to go out to Colorado, see and do what the big guys were doing. He liked it, loved it. He's there now, and interested to see where he's at with this fight here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the Caged Aggression Professional Lightweight Championship, powered by Hotel Davenport and Conference Centers. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 154 pounds. He trains at Hard Drive MMA and is sponsored by Bushwood Bar and Grill, Woody's Show Club, and Knocked or Lock 'em and Surfwear. Joining us from Belle Plaine, Iowa, Cliff Goblin Wright Jr. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 156 pounds. He trains at Team Elevation and is sponsored by Be Free Chiropractic, Hubbard & Sons Construction, Smeltzer Insurance, Muscle Farm, and Caring Hearts Home Health Care. Joining us from Denver, Colorado, he's your current Caged Aggression Professional Lightweight Champion, Austin Thud Hubbard.
Your referee for tonight's co-main event is Eric Carr. 5 5-minute rounds are what we have tonight. Wright Jr. in the red corner, Hubbard in the blue corner. Buttery smooth commentary coming from Jeremy J.D. Dorsey, Jordan the Henchman, Hinman, and Matt Ryder. Let's watch some fights, folks.
And you know this commentary is better than yours because we're on a roll.
Now, before we even get this started, I really like Austin Hubbard's Thud nickname because I kind of gave it to him, so I had to stake claim to that right now before he ends up being another UFC superstar.
Yeah, is that the sound it makes when he hits people?
Exactly. Or? Specifically his kicks, man, especially when he was an amateur. He was really known to throw those kicks.
Hubbard, a young fighter, he's got his hands full with Cliff Wright Jr. tonight. Cliff's been around the block more than once, and he's back again.
Good inside kick from Cliff there. Cliff's got good movement.
He does.
Moves really well.
And he's no slouch off his back either. He's very comfortable fishing for triangles, arm bars. He gets them all the time. He's very slick. He'll bang, he'll grapple. And he stays busy. If you're on top of him on the bottom, you better hope you like getting smacked in your ears and slapped around because he's not stopping.
Both guys looking for an opening.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about Hubbard early on here, and this may be from his new training, is that he seems a lot more patient than he used to be in the past.
Yeah, he's very poised. You know, confidence does a lot for that too. When you don't fear anything that the opponent has to offer you, it makes you almost invincible.
Not a big deal yet, but it looks like Cliff caught him with a couple jabs that either put a little cut on his nose and possibly a little mouse under his eye. We'll see if that affects Hubbard at all as we go.
Cliff's just doing a really great job of moving off anything Hubbard's trying to do. He's not going straight back. He's cutting angles the whole time. He gets something in his face, and then he cuts an angle. See, and there he goes again. He's not going straight back to the cage. He's getting out to the side. Throws across, hits an angle. It's beautiful. Kind of mesmerized watching these guys because you know something's going to happen, but when nothing does, you just get caught up in watching,
completely. And especially like you were saying, with Wright's movement, it's really hard for Hubbard to find the range, but it looks like he might be getting it a little bit now.
As a fighter, I'm here trying to analyze what I would do, and there's not a lot of answers really. More pressure, obviously, if you can get his back to the cage. Hubbard appearing to be the stronger of the two, and there he goes, but he lets him off, and Cliff avoids a big elbow on his way out.
Neither guy's looking to wrestle.
No.
These guys are looking to just stand and throw. But they're doing it strategically.
Yeah, good jab by Cliff. Another one lands. Hubbard just seems to find it hard to get some timing going on Cliff with his in and out movement.
Like we said so many times tonight, this is where you really see how the sport is a chess match as opposed to checkers, and Hubbard is really going through everything, trying to figure out exactly how to counter this movement by Wright. And Wright is able to use that movement to his advantage and land a lot of strikes early on in this fight.
And he's not getting out of position while doing it either. Hubbard's doing a good job of being patient. He's not getting frustrated. He's not flurrying or getting himself into a bad position. He's still staying very, very poised and trying to remain calm and find his opening. And there it is, into round one.
Round one in the books. Definitely a round that looked to have been dominated by Wright Jr., but
I wouldn't say dominated in that aspect, but I think he definitely won the round. He was more busy, he moved around, and he landed more shots overall, and that's what you have to go off first off is effective striking, and out of the two, Cliff Wright Jr. definitely had the better of the striking.
Would you say that Wright Jr. outworked him?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
Yes. Even though he's not coming forward, he's not really going backwards either. He's staying in the middle of the cage for the most part. As soon as his back gets near the cage, he circles out and he tries to regain position. He's doing a great job of keeping Austin Hubbard guessing on what he's doing next.
A lot of movement. Can he do it for 5 rounds?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd put the house probably on that one. This kid, not a kid, he's a grown man, yeah, he works hard extensively on his conditioning. I follow him on social media, man. He's an inspiration. He's a motivator. He's always out working. And that might be what Hubbard needed, that top game. Wright going right to work on the bottom, looking to create a sweep. Some back shots to the body. Those are not nice. To the legs. That was a little bit of a 12-6. Now watch, Cliff is not gonna stay. See, he's not gonna stay there. I'm telling you. And he will be like that the whole time. Don't give him anything.
Definitely a precarious position right now for Wright Jr.
Yeah, Hubbard's got one hook in. He doesn't have that left one secured. If Cliff can straighten his right leg and clear that other hook, he'll have a better chance of coming up.
It's really interesting to see the fight sort of take a totally different tone coming into this second round with Hubbard going for that shot and getting that takedown.
Yeah, and I'd have to say this is probably the best position for Hubbard to win would be on top. As dangerous as Cliff is, Hubbard's really strong. He has good positioning. And
He jumps to the side, looks for that head and arm. Oh, Cliff rolls through.
Big elbows to the ear right there by Hubbard.
And a roll attempt by Cliff Wright leaves him on his butt with the Hubbard on his back again. In those situations, sometimes you just got to create a scramble, and it didn't work for Cliff Wright Jr. there, but got to do something when you're getting punched. A lot of time left, 2 minutes still on the clock in the second round.
Hubbard's done a good job. Keep working. Just keeping him working, not letting him work for submissions. Gotten into positions where Cliff can't submit him.
Yeah, he expended some energy trying to follow Cliff around and stay in the good position he is. So as the fight goes on, being the bigger kid, the more muscle mass, it might affect him. Then again, if his conditioning's great, it won't affect him at all. Hip movement and following by Hubbard. He just kind of stays on top of Cliff Wright Jr. and follows him wherever he goes, staying heavy, making Cliff work.
Hubbard's a little out of position here. Cliff's got a chance he might be able to get on top if he can keep coming out the back.
I'm sure it's much easier said than done, though.
Yeah, with a big, strong kid like Hubbard on top.
Yeah, and he adjusts his hips and he's going to stay on top. Might be out and watch the triangle as he comes up, though. He needs to go out the back door. He needs to push hard. 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Armbar. Ooh.
Let's see if he switches. Let's see if he lets go and switches.
He's trying to catch an armbar.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. Short time. There you go. Stay on it. Stay on it. Short time. Short time. 5 seconds.
Definitely squirmy there by Wright to be able to get through that round.
Yeah, he showed some diligence there on staying out of harm's way. He was in some bad positions, but he kept out of danger. He survived the round, and they're back on their feet where he needs to be starting in round 3.
And that's always a an energy zapper, I would believe, to be stuck on the bottom like that and constantly fighting.
Again, it just transfers into where you're at in your head. Like, yeah, you know you lost the round. You know you expended some energy. But the beautiful thing is the fight's not over. He still has to stand up, and he still has to meet you here for this third round. So it's anybody's fight right now. Referee Eric Carr getting on the corners, getting him out of that cage so we can start this third round. Caged aggression 18, next level. Co-main event, Cliff Wright Jr. in the red, Austin Hubbard in the blue. Even on the scorecards, I believe 1 round to 1 round.
Yeah, I agree.
Hubbard comes out thudding those leg kicks.
Just missed with the knee.
And a takedown by Cliff Wright Jr. Momentarily has Hubbard's back here.
Wright Jr. going for those knees to the back of the hamstring, it looks like.
A big switch here by Austin Hubbard might get him out of harm's way, depending on what he has in the tank. He's going to have to reach hard, but... And he gets a takedown of his own.
Run up, Cliff, run up. Right back to your feet. Don't play around down there.
Hubbard let him up, or... Cliff's inviting him in. He's like, jump on in, boy. The water's fine.
That's one of those when he gets it moving backwards, he might want to follow that. Just keep following that up.
Yeah, the more you put together, the easier it is to hit the guys going straight back. Kicks are great because they put themselves right in your range. Without circling, you're just asking to get a foot upside the head or an overhand or a long punch.
Still a lot of time left in this round.
Oh, yeah. A lot of time left in the fight. We're just a little over halfway.
Oh, good knee, good elbow.
Followed by a straight right.
Hubbard sort of looks like he's sensing a little bit of blood and water right now.
Yeah, he's circling. Swarming.
Big shots there by Hubbard.
Really impressed with the conditioning of Hubbard. I thought Cliff Wright Jr. had the better of the conditioning, but Hubbard's still pouring it on here late in the third round.
Maybe some of that altitude training out in Colorado is beneficial for that.
Obviously. Still seems fairly fresh, and a good spin attack by Cliff, spinning back fist.
Nice uppercut there by Hubbard.
You know, Hubbard moves well, uses his angles, but he doesn't bounce around quite as much as Cliff.
Yeah, and some people will say that's a whole lot of wasted energy, the bouncing around. But to each his own. If you can do it, do it.
Hubbard's really mixing up the strikes, man. He looks good this round. Looks real good.
Yeah, I like that short elbow that he just tried to throw as well.
I'd like to see him go back to those kicks a little bit. It could be what's slowing Cliff up a little bit.
Nice two jab combination there by Wright Jr.
Three, left, three. Something out there, right hand. 2, 3. Yes.
Big swing and a miss by Cliff Wright.
30 seconds, Cliff. 30 seconds,
Nice
Cliff.
inside leg kick there by Wright.
And answered by Hubbard. Followed up by a knee.
20 seconds. Up. Yeah, put pressure on him, Cliff. Yo, you gotta back him up. Come on.
Cut opened up on the left eye of Cliff Wright Jr. and he's still chucking.
How old is Hubbard?
23 or 4?
Oh man, young kid.
Yeah.
A lot of time, a lot of talent.
I think Caged Aggression owner Mike Goodwin is giving this fight his seal of approval. I see him sort of bobbing back and forth across the octagon. So yeah, he's definitely liking this fight. I think everybody else here is liking it as well.
You know, Mike asked me weeks ago who could fight Austin Hubbard, and at the time I had nothing for him. I figured if he didn't have nobody, then you're probably SOL, you know, but he found a resilient, a tough Cliff Wright Jr. here in home in Iowa, you know, just out of Cedar Rapids. And right now Cliff's down 2 rounds to 1, I'd say, but he's still in this fight. He still has the ability to win. He's a veteran. He's been through a lot, so don't just count him out yet.
I see UFC veteran Neil Magny over here in the corner of Austin Hubbard.
Huge fan of Neil Magny.
Oh yeah, big time.
When he beat Hector Lombard, dude, I was so ecstatic. I knew if he could weather that storm, he had the fight, and yeah, that's exactly what he did.
Corner forgot the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Don't want to go in there without that.
Well, depends on how much you like teeth. This is Iowa.
We'll look and see if Hubbard is able to take advantage of that cut that Wright Jr. has over his left eye.
Yeah, it's welted up pretty good. Doesn't look like a whole lot of blood's pouring down into Hubbard. Jump and switch kick.
Big overhand right attempt there by Cliff. Here's one of those studs.
And one return by Cliff Wright. Good switch knee to the body, followed up by an elbow and a straight right to the body for Austin Hubbard. He's putting real good combinations together. Exchange of push kicks. Thuds again.
He just ate that one too. No check, nothing. Oh, he's kind of limping on it now.
Yeah.
It's hurting him.
That's one of those things that as the fight goes on, it's going to get more and more sore.
You know, a lot of times you ask guys, oh, did you feel that punch? Did you feel that kick? Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, I didn't even know it happened. But I guarantee you Cliff Wright felt that right kick.
Hubbard is switching it up nicely.
Yeah, he's pretty fluent through his strikes.
Super impressed with this kid. I feel like he could really finish chopping that leg out though this round.
He got her
Right
again.
There you go.
And
Oh
again.
yeah,
Nope.
finish with that kick.
More damage to that front leg. The amount of strikes that Wright has thrown has slowed down dramatically as this fight has went on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the fear of getting countered or needs another one. I like to eat, but I'm not that hungry.
Last time I checked, I don't think you eat too much out of your knee.
You don't want to go back to the well too much with that kick. I know it's landing, and I'd like to see him chop his leg out, but, you know, Cliff counters with a big right, times it just right. He could turn this fight around or end it.
Or just a nice time-checked kick could do a lot of damage. Ooh.
Nice jab.
Cliff's still alive and well in this fight.
Yes, again. Put some behind it. Put some behind it after that. So, you go get. Go get. Come on, 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, knee. Come on.
I don't know if he caught a second wind. He looks like he's moving a little bit more now than he was about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. That happens. You'll fade in, you'll fade out. Sometimes you feel on top of the world. The next minute you feel
Stay on it.
like you can't lift your arms.
30 seconds left. Let's go. Yes. Pressure. Yes, Cliff. 30 seconds. Come on, high. You go.
Flying knee attempt there by Hubbard. Landed, but it didn't seem to do too much damage.
Oh.
Head kick. Almost lands for Cliff Wright.
Cliff Wright definitely showing a little bit of extra heart and ability towards the end of that round.
Yeah, he seemed to pick it up a little bit. 5th and final round coming up. He's going to have to finish this fight to win, I believe. Hubbard's doing a good job of keeping Cliff at the end of his punches. He's putting his combinations together real well, using a great mix-up of punches and kicks, and he's connecting all over the place.
I got a 3-1 right now.
Yep.
Both guys are earning their money, though. Man, I don't know. I've had a lot of fights tonight that I liked. I don't know who's fight of the night.
Oh, man, it's a ridiculously hard call.
We don't even have the main event over.
You're right.
As we see in this replay with Hubbard really going to work on Wright. Yeah, I think the one thing that I'm most impressed about with Hubbard is the pace that he shows, the composure that he shows. He never seems to overexert himself. He doesn't seem to be working over hard, but he's constantly attacking, constantly striking, constantly doing damage. So I think what he's doing out there in Denver, Colorado is really helping him come along as a professional.
Yeah, he's staying in good position. He's, like I said, putting combinations together really well, and he's racking up the damage on Cliff Wright.
You go now, Cliff. Yes. Put the pressure on him, Cliff. You pressure him. Yes. Nice play like that. Just like that. Come on. Keep moving, keep touching it.
Cliff bouncing around again, acting like his leg hasn't been
Hubbard,
kicked
he's
85 times.
He's giving head feints and everything. He's looking up. He's moving his head. He's moving his hands. He's picking his legs up. He's making Cliff Wright Jr. guess every strike that's coming.
Come on, Cliff. Pressure. More pressure. Come on. More pressure, Cliff. Punch ain't gonna do it. Come on, let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. Down to 3:55. Let's go. Come on, one just kick. Let go. Pop, pop, go.
Big overhand right there by Wright.
He's got to follow it up with something else.
Now you go. More pressure. More pressure.
Coming into this 5th round, this is where it's really hard to put together those 2, 3, 4 punch combinations when you get, close to 15 minutes deep into a fight. think Hubbard still
No.
looks relatively fresh. Wow.
Yeah, he threw that one with everything he had. And I was getting ready to say I'd like to see some urgency out of Cliff Wright to try to create an opportunity. And he tried. I mean, nice
Big
outside
takedown.
trip. Cliff's going to have to dig real deep, fight real hard to try to make something come out of this bad position. Needs to let go of the head with his right arm, dig deep for that underhook, and try to work to a hip to get up. There he goes. He's got the underhook now. Needs to scoot those hips. He goes for a half guard sweep. Transitions to a leg lock attempt. And Hubbard invites him to stand back up, where he has been having a lot of success.
Looks like that might be another cut that opened up over the left eye of Wright Jr.
Yeah, Cliff's face is starting to wear it now.
Well, Hubbard did a good job of slipping the jab and then left it a left.
That big uppercut there. Thought we might get a little blood splatter over here.
Yeah, I got a little sweat, but no blood yet.
If you're just now jumping in to watch this fight, this is the 5th round, and these guys are still giving a pace that is worthy of a first round.
Close to
Like,
25 minutes in. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Exceptional conditioning from both of these athletes.
Look at the way he transitions from the shot, like the fake shot attempt to work his hands back upstairs. That's as much of a feint as anything is. I love that when guys go low in on the legs and then change and go back up top with strikes. You get them biting on that wrestling defense and their hands are down, you can win fights that way.
Oh, landed that knee.
There we go.
Big takedown there.
10 seconds left. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And a great performance by both fighters. These guys left it all in there. 25 minutes, battled it out. Not completely one-sided, but for the most part, a very dominant performance by the champion, Austin Hubbard. I believe he retains his belt here tonight, and he deserves to do so. He put in hard work, and he beat a talented Cliff Wright Jr.
Like I said, the one thing that you take away from Hubbard is that he's extremely composed. He never really seemed to be, overexerting himself, working too hard, and that's a...
Yeah, he looked the same in the 5th round that he did in the 1st round, and that's saying a lot for a kid that's only 5 fights into his professional career.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard for this decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 49-46, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, and still Caged Aggression Professional Lightweight Champion, Austin "Thud" Hubbard. All right, River Center, we're here standing with your winner, Caged Aggression Professional Lightweight Champion, Austin Hubbard. Austin, how's it feel to be fighting back home, sir?
I love it. I love coming out here, putting on for all the fans and my family. So good to be back home.
Well, I know it was a pleasure seeing you back in action. Very tough opponent tonight. Were there any surprises as you got into tonight's bout, Austin?
No, not at all. I knew he was a very tough opponent. And I was putting a lot of stress on myself after my last performance. And I was just happy with how I performed tonight and bounced back and hats off to Cliff and his team. It's a great team.
Well, we know you were aching to get back into the cage and prove something to yourself and obviously to the rest of the fans. New camp, exploring some new things. What's new? What's coming up for Austin Hubbard?
I don't know yet. I was going to stay in there working, training, and keep riding this wave and see where it takes me.
Well, you know, we're going to take a little break here for a few months, but we're hoping to see you back in action here sooner rather than later. Any thoughts you want to leave the crowd and fans with before I let you get back to the locker room, Austin?
Just thank you, everyone here tonight. Really appreciate all the support. It's an awesome show. I'm glad to be part of it.
Well, we're lucky to have you here, too. One more time, River Center, for your champion, Austin Hubbard.